Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. We have a pen unboxing for today's video. I believe this is the first time I'm ever doing a pen unboxing and it's kind of a perfect one to unbox. This is a Momento Zero Grande 2.0. I got the color sand and this is marking my Italy pen. So I got into fountain pens while I was living in Italy. It had nothing really to do with me physically living in Italy. But when I got into fountain pens, I was mostly buying Japanese nibs and Japanese brand pens. And after living in Italy for a year and a half, I realized that a lot of Italian brands exist and manufacture their pens directly in Italy. And so I came across the store Stilo e Stile, and they are a partner shop with Travelers Company. They also sell fountain pens. They were the very first place for me to try and buy a fountain pen. They were also the first place I bought a bottle of ink. This is actually one of them here that I'm going to swatch later. But I'm really excited to have my first Italian made pen. I did buy a Leonardo Stilo Stile pen before, but I had since sold them. And so I was always on the hunt for what was going to be my Italian brand Memento pen for the time that I lived in Italy. So you might notice that my desk looks a little bit different. I am in California now using just one of those cheap foldable tables. It's gonna have to do for now while we are house hunting. So I'm really excited to open this up. So this is my first unboxing. I didn't do a private unboxing off camera, so this will be my real first impression and reaction to unboxing this. The box is really big, the biggest of any of my fountain pen boxes. Such a colorful sleeve here, Momento Zero Grande 2.0. I don't know much at all really about Leonardo Officina Italiana, the brand. Stilo e Stile is the pen shop that I purchased it from, and so I really loved that relationship between this brand, which is actually out of Naples where I lived, and then Stilo e Stile just having such a special place in my heart for my first Travelers Company stamp, official stamp, partner shop, purchasing stationery in person instead of online shops. So a lot of special memories for me here. And we're going to open the box now. It is a clam box, it looks like. Nice big box with the pen diagonally. And just the guarantee and information here. And now the beauty. I got the sand colorway. It has a silver trim. And I've seen so many photos of this online just to really make sure that this was going to be the pen to commemorate the time that I lived in Italy. And this pen is unlike any other in my collection. First of all, I rarely get silver or rhodium trims. I always opt for gold, whether yellow or a champagne lighter gold. This is a very big pen. Obviously, I lean towards Japanese nibs, so this is going to be one of the few steel nibs that I have. It is a very big pen, but I love big pens. And it's very cool toned, a lot of grays. It is a neutral. Let's see, the number that I have is 1539, and I can't tell if it's printed on or engraved. It's got the clip here, does like a cone finial. I don't know any of the lingo when it comes to the pens usually described for Leonardo, but this is really stunning. I love that. Let's take this clip off. I love that it's equal on both sides there. I've seen some pens where it's just not as symmetrical. What really drew me to this was the stripe shape of the way that they cut the resin. And it really reminded me of Pelican White Tortoise, how it has stripes on the body of the pen, but this is throughout, and you can see how it's stacked and then it's cut to have all these striping effects. And I think that is so cool to be able to see the cubes or squares of resin there. So I opted for a stub nib. This is my first ever stub nib. It looks so cool how thick it is at the top. And this one does have a window. I know some of the previous models did not have a window, so that is something new, I believe, with the 2.0 version of this pen. It is not, very heavy at all, although it is big. It does not have a converter. It does not open up here. Because of the window, it just has this at the end. And there you can see the rubber coming down in. And so this is how you fill it up. It is a piston mechanism. The previous Leonardos that I purchased but have since sold were converter pens. I am eager to try out this 1.1 stub, so let's go ahead and do that. I probably will just dip it because I'm not too sure what ink I want to go with and fill the whole thing in. The reason I ultimately went with this pen was because with the 1.1 stub, I knew I'll be able to really use any ink color. I was really torn between going towards one of the very colorful and bright Leonardo pens. Ultimately, I knew in the long run, a neutral colored pen would suit me best with the specific nib that I chose, and that is the 1.1. So let's go ahead and dip it and do a writing sample. With the lighting in my room, I do have to use some artificial light with my canvas here. Hopefully there's not too much of a glare, that you'll be able to see really just how dimensional this resin is. My first impression is that I would have to use a lot of cool toned inks, but I wonder how it will pair with warmer tones, because I usually gravitate towards warmer tones. I am going to write in my 𝘎𝑦e. I couldn't remember if I had packed my rhodia paper, but I can't find it, so this will do. My ink of choice is 𝘎𝘦𝘢𝘳𝘬𝘧𝘳𝘰𝘯𝘕. I thought it would be a nice ink to start with that is soft and subtle. I still have it packed up here from my travel, and I have some inky fingers because one bottle out of everything, which was the bottle I was expecting it to be, my diamine Suman, leaked all over, and I have every single bottle in a Ziploc baggie, so that helped to contain the mess. But here, let's go ahead and dip the 1.1 stub. I love how this feels unposted in my hand. It is very long. I love the girth of it, so I'm really happy to have gone with the Grande. Posted, it is very long. I think it is longer than my Pilot Custom 823, which is comfortable for me to post with. I will do a length comparison of them posted at the end here, but I think for this writing sample I'm going to try it with it unposted. Okay, right off the bat, I love it. I'm very happy with it. I love how it writes. I really wasn't sure if I should have kept dipping it. I just didn't want to run out during this writing sample, so I did keep dipping it in after, each line that you saw. I'm really happy with the feel of it, the girth, how much I'm able to control, even though it is a big pen. I find I like big pens because I don't have to grip as hard, and it does relieve a lot of pressure in the thumb and grip muscles when you are holding and gripping a pen. So this was really pleasant and really fun to do. I decided on a 1.1 stub nib because I had tried the cursive smooth italic grind, and I know those are following the same general shape as a stub nib, and so I really wanted to try some broader nib sizes, and a 1.1 stub was a really nice jump, but still get that feel and that line width of a thicker downstroke and thinner horizontal stroke. So I'm really happy with this. I would love to know what ink pairings you have in mind for this pen. Generally, I am one that likes to match the pen body with the ink, but I knew with this 1.1 stub, this is really my time to have a lot of fun with different colored inks, which is why essentially I went with the sand color. In the end, I knew that I would have a lot more pairings if I picked something more neutral, and this does not disappoint. I really love that although it's neutral, it is so intriguing with the spaghetti cut resin. So I am really pleased by it, and the cuts of resin that I did get, that was the one thing I was worried about. What if, the way that mine was cut and put together, what if I didn't like it? But I can say that I'm very happy with it. This was a really fun experience. I'm so happy that I was finally able to unbox this now and I can have all the fun with it. So please let me know any suggestions you have for ink colors and preferably ink samples. I love to buy samples rather than bottles, and I don't think I'm going to be afraid to try shimmers out, but who knows? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this pen. Would you try this pen? Do you have a Leonardo? This is my first, and this one is definitely going to stay. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.